What do you have behind you?
Some One Piece posters right behind me.
Very, very
Cool.
popular in my household at the moment.
of,
Okay.
of course, yeah, everybody's on it now.
Okay.
Well, hey, how you doing? My name's Terrell Royster of Big Gold Belt Media. How you doing today?
I'm well here in cold Stockholm.
It's
And
all
Terrell, I'm here in London where the sun is shining and it's not so cold anymore.
Wow.
Sorry,
yes.
Sophia.
Yeah, yeah. I'll
It's,
have
it's
to move,
it's
I think.
it's definitely like 30 degrees over here right now.
Wow. Wow. I can
Um,
feel it in you that you have the sun on you. It's going dark.
yes.
Yeah.
So Sophia and Eve, I want to start off by saying, congratulations on season 3 of Alex Rider. Big show. Definitely caught me by surprise. I've watched one episode, couldn't put it down. I couldn't believe how good and how hooked I was into the show. Like, this is definitely, like I said, really good job on this latest season.
That's
Thank
so
you.
lovely to hear.
Well, I want to start off with a question for Eve, because this is definitely something that I've been having buzzing in my head. So as far as with you being an executive producer with your relationship with Anthony Horowitz, how has your relationship with him grown and reflected and changed with the show? Like, as you guys have gotten to know each other more, and as the show has evolved, how has that affected how you guys
Well, I
producing the
have
show?
to admit that I've known Anthony for many, many years prior to starting working with him on Alex Rider. I've actually produced a number of previous shows that he has written. A show called Collision, which played on ITV over here in the UK, that was enormously successful. A BBC show called New Blood. So we've known each other really well for many, many years. And to be trusted by Anthony to go on the journey with Alex Rider was obviously very significant. They are such a huge part of his life. And I know that, early on, he had a lot of questions about how we were going to bring the show to the screen. And we worked actually very, very closely with him. So Anthony is an author and a screenwriter in his own right. He made the decision on Alex Rider not to be the screenwriter, but he worked very closely with Guy Burt, who has written all 3 seasons of the show. And so he's been really at the heart of how we were going to bring the show to life. He was with me when we were casting our, at the time, young actors to play the roles of Alex and Tom and Jack. He was in the room with us when we made the final decision on the 3 that we felt had exactly the chemistry that we were looking for. And I suppose the evolution of that relationship is that he now really trusts that I understand, and that we're very in sync in terms of what we feel really works for the show. And and there were a number of things that we were departing from the books on, and obviously we wanted him to feel incredibly comfortable in anything that was going to be different.
Yeah, it definitely sums it up quite nicely. You definitely, like you said, can see the evolution and like the level of respect and care that you both have going into the show. I mean, like, just certain things I'm like, they're not gonna get that in the book. No, they got it. I was very pleasantly surprised that you guys hit a lot. It's so hard to dance around spoilers. Like, I want to say so many things about season 3. Question for Sophia.
Yeah.
With the arrival of Julia and Scorpia, like, a lot of people have been waiting for you to hit the scene, but it's shrouded in mystery. Like this, like I said, this has been announced since the fifth book or so. Like, since we've known about the character. Yeah. So for the folks that are only familiar with the series, can you tell them what they expect with your character?
Yeah, this is a complex woman. You don't know what to expect from her, and she has her own plan. I can reveal she has a plan, and she's an agent, but her cover-up is she's an expert of antiques. So she's a very cultivated lady from Malta, and seemingly everything is fine, but you'll see there is something behind.
Like I said, it's a real tight window with the with the spoilers. How has, I mean, I guess obviously coming in as the big bad of season 3, but did you feel like when you walked in the door, like you felt like familiar, it was fam, like it didn't really take much to get adjusted with everybody?
No, this is like coming into an open family. They were so lovely, everybody. Eve, you were so welcoming, and the script was also so well written. And I mean, when I tried the costume on, I just found her instantly because the costume designer Emma is so great. So for me as an actor, it was like I could just step into this shape and start fantasizing and having fun. I had a lot of fun doing this.
It's always the most important part, making sure you're definitely enjoying what you love. And obviously it definitely shows, because as I'm talking to you right now, I really want to, like, oh my God. This back to E for a second. As far as like the locations of the show, like, I'm like, they didn't blew the budget right here, just going across.
I know.
I was like, nobody's getting paid after this. But how did you really, I mean, obviously with the books in mind, but how did you kind of get around, or as far as like filming on a certain location, making it seem like we were where we were?
So what in the world of film and television, as of course everybody knows, we're very good at cheating one place for another. And it's no secret that in season 1 we recreated the French Alps in Romania and in North London. Season 2 was filmed in the middle of COVID, which means that we were unable to take the show to the Netherlands and Amsterdam, where that, and of course, each of the seasons has both the UK and then another overseas element. The nature, of course, the spy genre is that you want to get out there into the world. And we got permission from Anthony to, in fact, actually, I think it was his suggestion that the Scorpia organization in the books is actually based just outside of Venice. But we got his permission for this series to relocate, and it felt really right geographically, that organization to Malta. And just the freedom of shooting a location for what it really is has allowed us to then bring these incredible big scale vistas and ambition with Malta's connection to the water and to the sea, and bring all of that to the screen. And I really feel like, from a visual perspective, this series just raises the bar dramatically.
Yeah, that definitely does. Like I said, I'm expecting a teen soap opera drama, and then I'm like, oh, this got real fast. You know what I mean? So like the level of growth from one season to the next, and the change in the characters, you can definitely see from season 1 till now, where it's like, okay, we get we get the high school version of these characters, and that's like we gotta grow up fast. So like, definitely did a really good job on that. Question for the both of you: how is your reception to, I guess, just British television coming over to America, especially this show in general, and the reception that it's been getting?
We were really blown away. I mean, season 1 launched in COVID, and we had this incredible reaction, actually not just from the US, but from quite a few other territories around the world. And I think there's something about the experience of Alex and being a young person growing up in a world that feels quite uncertain really resonated, of course, with the moment in time that season 1 went out, and actually continues to resonate. And the joy of the books, and I think really the kind of guiding factor that makes this such a popular character and world, is that here is a young person who finds themselves very powerless in the world, in a world that's very grown up, and they have to fight to find their own identity. And I think lots of young people can identify with that. And I think lots of older people can too. So, I mean, you know, I think there's just some great universal truths. And in amongst all of that, there is, of course, this fantastic relationship between Alex and his closest friends. And it's funny.
It's definitely, like I said, like it's definitely outside of Doctor Who itself, like getting people to see other shows or, you know, have the same value, or like this is good. And you mentioned COVID. I feel like COVID was like the cheat code for TV, because you had to stay home and watch something, right? Like it was like, all right, here's the show. You got to digest this. So you definitely picked the not good time, but good time to launch the show. Obviously,
but from it,
go ahead, sorry.
No, but from another perspective, from outside UK and the US, I can see, as I watch a lot of shows from both regions, I can see how you inspire each other also, and how great it is that you share each other's stories, films, and series, that it also brings higher and higher quality all the time.
Yeah, that you definitely have seen the evolution of television over the years, where it's on par with movies. Like the budget is now getting there. So I mean, a lot of people, I don't want to say this, but almost prefer to watch long form television over a 2-hour movie, where you don't really get everything, like for this particular series, where it's a series of multiple books and stuff like that. So I'm glad that we got this as a series. I'm glad that you guys got the network Freevee and everything like that to be able to do this. I'm gonna one more question for Sophia. I can wrap it here. But Sophia, I gotta ask about those stunts in your stunt team. I gotta ask, what was those daily workout days like? What was the time, the preparation put in for this?
To be honest, I didn't do much stunt. I didn't do it. I had someone helping me doing it for me. Yeah. So it wasn't hard for me. It was hard for someone else. As I said, I just jumped in and had fun. No pain anywhere. So it was great. No problem for me. And I mean, the more like action or violent scenes, they're not challenging for my body specifically. They're just very intriguing and exciting.
Yeah, you know, it's always, you know, good as an actor when you can sit back and, you know, watch your stunt.
Yeah. I'm not going to take any pride in doing that. It's yeah.
Okay, well, you know, as I said, that was my last. But one more. What can we? I know we can't talk about nothing as far as the season go, but are we able to talk about more in the future, as far as more seasons or anything like that after this? Or
I can't talk in great detail, but all I can say is there are lots of Alex Rider books, and there is a whole world for Alex to move into. So seasons 1 to 3 were always conceived as a first chapter.
Right.
There are great things that we can do moving beyond the fantastic world that we found Alex in to date. So, you know, we obviously just hope that we're going to have that opportunity to share our ideas with the audience.
Okay, well, appreciate you guys for the answers to my questions. Thank you for making the time for the interview. Really appreciate that. I got a lot of insight to this really good season. Thank you again for the work that you put in, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. Nice.
It's been lovely to chat.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, take care. Bye.